Welcome everyone to Pre-Market Prep at the close. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin with you for the rest of the trading day. What a strange day. Today epitomizes what current markets are all about. Because if you look at your sectors, look at a heat map of the S&P 500, you'll see mostly red on your screen. 8 of the 11 sectors are in the red for the day, and yet, the market is more or less flat, and that just speaks to the strength of the big boys.
You got it.
Well, you'll pull up your charts here and walk us through what happened today, because it really is just about that continued strength of the big boys.
The big boys, 4 out of the 5 big boys are trading in the green here. The only one, Microsoft, in the red by a little bit. We made a nice push. We had a pair of highs at, I believe, at 79 on Tuesday. We hit 82 on Wednesday. We got up there again, folks, but we're turned back. Really thought we were looking at a breakout of a triple top here. That didn't happen, and we turned around and we sold off, got through the pre-market lows. So probably had some people leaning like, okay, we're finally going to have a correction going into Friday, and nope. Buy the dippers come in. We just rallied back. We just got unchanged. We are currently trading unchanged. So just need to close over that 33.70. And that would represent another closing high for the rebound. We got a great level overnight to look at, that 82 and 8, that whole area. That's what we need. That will clear the way for sure to 3,400. We'll see if they do that overnight or not. You have crude trading in the red here by 29 cents. Still just a real sleepy chart. Having problems at, it looks like we're having problems at 43 here for the third day in a row. Let me get you the exact data here. For the crude on the daily, 42.94, 42.90, 42.84. That's 3 highs in a row. That's a triple top, protecting the high of the move. So the big level in crude for the overnight traders. Gold dipped to 1923, but now it is green on the session by $10.40. Spiked to 1974.80. I'm not sure what that was about. Silver having a much better day. That's in the green here by almost by 5%. So silver, let's see the net change on silver here, up $1.28, and Bitcoin tight range, $340 range for the futures. Bitcoin down $65 at 11,600. What are you seeing out there, Spencer?
Well, let's just start with Apple here, because they were in the news today. They're launching, I guess, what the Apple One is what they're calling it, which is basically a bundle similar, I think, to what Amazon already does with Amazon Prime, where they're just bundling a bunch of their services together. So Apple Music, Apple TV, Apple TV Plus, pay for all of them at once, get them at a cheaper.
How much?
I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we're there.
At the pricing point. Gap and go on Apple, new all-time high today. That all-time high comes in at 464.16. Backed off a little bit, but no big deal here. 460.66. That support like a champ at the 440 level. 441 the low yesterday. So another new all-time high. We do have a little gap in here between 453.10 and 55.71, but we're $5 away from that as we speak. So Apple leading the charge for the big tech, at least in today's session.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to some other stocks on my list, and then we'll get to the chat. Actually, this one is in both places, but PENN National Gaming today, just, as who was it in the chat that said this? Someone in the chat. Bill Big D. There we go. You can't fight Goldman. Goldman is the most influential firm when it comes to sell-side analysis. They initiated PENN this morning at a buy rating, gave it a $60 price target. We've talked on our show about how just analysts don't move that much in the wake of COVID, at least like they used to. Goldman, probably the exception to the rule. Goldman still, on any given day, can move any given stock if they upgrade it, if they downgrade it, if they initiate it, if they give it a big price target. And that's what happened today with PENN. So the power of Goldman has not gone away.
No, and we glossed over that in today's show. Just a strong day and a strong stock, right? So you got the gap go. Looked like you were stalling out just above $50. No can do. Goldman upgrade takes it up to 55. I believe that's a new all-time high on that. I'll have to double check, but we'll keep an eye on that high. And so far in today's session, that's really all that we have to go with. That high, if you're looking for an overnight target or something to keep an eye on, 54.72, still to post a new all-time closing high for the issue wherever we land today at 4 o'clock. That will be it. If you're trying to buy the dip on this one, you had to come up a little bit. 51.17, that was a high from yesterday's session. Only got the 51.30 and got the Goldman Goose there. So congratulations to Penn Gaming holders.
DraftKings tends to trade with Penn as well.
Let's take a look at DraftKings. Haven't heard much on the college football front today. I know that there's some decisiveness going on.
One day without a headline.
One day without a headline. DraftKings, not a bad day. 36 is the level now, folks. You can see that high from today's session. Very close to 36. Actually, it's 35, 83. And then, boom, you just will get the old line to go across here. And I can show you, illustrate what I'm talking about. Look at that, just bumping up. 36, 36.05. That's what you boys need on the upside. Another leg higher here in DraftKings. Strong day, though, off the Goldman Sachs upgrade of Penn Gaming.
And then I wanted to look at a couple stocks reporting earnings after the close today. The big one, probably BIDU. There aren't many, we're getting to the end here of the earnings season. There aren't many big names left. We'll get retail next week and the week after, but until then, really, there's not much. BIDU is today. DraftKings actually reports tomorrow, but BIDU is probably the headliner of today's session.
Probably this comes out in the middle of the night, right?
No, I don't think. I think they're typically after the.
I mean, will they announce it for their markets?
Let me go into the pro and find out here.
Yeah, coiled here. Coiled ahead of the report. Resistance pretty clearly defined.
Will be out after the close. Last quarter was out at 4:30. Quarter before that, yeah, they're out at 4:30. So,
okay, Matt, a little bit. You can see it coiling up here. So, kind of flipping a coin here. 224, I call that support. Kind of trending down towards that area. And 228, you got through that today? No, you didn't. 26.83. 124, 128. Figure out which way it goes after the number, but not trading the primary market there.
And then let's look at AMAT. Applied Materials is kind of the other one on my radar for the day, for today at least, after the close, as far as earnings are concerned.
Ooh. AMAT, how did I get AT&T out of that? AMAT, just coiling up here. 66 is what we'll keep an eye on overnight. Make that 66.60 highs of the last two sessions, 66.60 and 66.67. On the downs, I'll use that as resistance. All-time high, if you want to catch that. That's closer to $70. On the downside here, I'll play this kind of close to the belt. I'll look at that 4-day low. That 4-day low is 63.62. So I'm looking for more downside under that. But matching ranges ahead of the report almost. Not quite an inside day. Inside day on the top, but not on the bottom. Shorter term, I mean, if you lose 64.70, that'd be taking out the pair of lows from the last two sessions.
And then from the chat, someone's telling us about Farfetch. They also report FTCH. They report after the close today. So while we're on their earnings calendar, let's go to FTCH since they're also due to report.
What do they do, Mr. Israel?
I'll be honest, I don't know. Let's find out because this is here. The chat, Rural Black knows in the chat. They're German e-commerce companies.
Oh, e-commerce? Do they sell electric vehicles? That's what I would say. You got a target on the upside here. If you take off in the session, pair of highs right here at 28, 28, 22, 28 and a quarter. That's your resistance for now. You dipped close to 24 on Monday. Didn't quite get there. Another low just under 24. So there you go. Holding 24, still good going to north. In order to break out, you got to clear that 28 and a quarter.
All right, to the chat. We'll get to some tickers for the next 10 minutes or so. Let's start with, I saw someone mention RKT. Joel, I'm just borrowing this from you, but you would say that the IPO price or the opening price, in this case, those are the same price, $18, and then the low $17.50. Those are the most important levels to know right now. 18.
Yeah, I mean, what else do you know? Boy, it had 2 up days, now 4 down days in a row. Volume tapering off again here. So early buyers taking the money run in a rocket. 1831 today's low. To me, more significant would be 1750. That was a low on IPO day. You really want to see that hold, or else you just don't know where you're going in it. But like I said, people taking profit in this one. Got a little bit overdone on the second day, and looks like Wall Street did a pretty good job pricing this one. So there you go. 1750.
It's not something you say often. I feel like they did a good job pricing the IPO.
No, it's true. I mean, you got to call a spade, and $18. So Rocket settling down in that IPO area.
I'm just repeating what I said days ago, which is for most IPOs, you can get them cheaper if you just wait.
Just about everybody and their brother I know hopped in on this one. Jason.
I mean, it's the pride of Detroit. I can't say I blame all those people. If you're in the area, if you're in our area, this is a big deal. So, but that's what I was just repeating.
I'm still glad that it's trading good volume. I hope it could be just a good stock, good trading stock. XHB coiling up here at the top. I'd use that as an indicator.
Yeah.
Big on moving that one, but boy, oh boy, this is definitely finding resistance here. 3 days in a row at the 52.50. Got to clear that. Got to clear it. Well, we're at 52.41. Just bunching up, not a huge mover, but you have to respect the 3 highs in the same area.
Here's one from Ken Sinclair. How about GM? We haven't looked at GM in quite a while. I have no idea what the stock is doing.
No, I haven't looked at that or Fords in a while. Let's look at GM. Not a good day. Snuck towards 30. Now coming back down. I mean, I seen near-term support at $27, but boy, 29 seems to be the number on the upside. And if you're range trading here since early June, you're looking at a 24 to 29 trading range. Just got near the top of the trading range. Let's see if we work our way down towards the bottom. Let's look at Fords. Ford, $7, $7 was resistance, now support. So there's a look at Ford, F-O-R-D.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just reading the chat right now. Rural Black, he's from Detroit. He bought the Rocket IPO. A lot of people in this area bought the Rocket IPO. It's sort of the biggest IPO from this area in quite some time. So,
God, when was the last time we had an IPO?
Well, I mean, you want to count Smile Direct Club? They're a Michigan company, aren't they?
Yes.
FTCH?
Yep.
Let's not go there. Okay, back to the chat. What about LCA? That's in that DraftKings PENN National Gaming category here.
Triple D favorite, right?
Those 3 will just trade together indefinitely.
Over 13. That's what you want to see. A couple highs in a row, daily highs at 13. Snuck your head over that, looking to close above 13. So really next level is 14. Nice move off the low here. Triple D will talk how he's about even on it, and he'll decide whether or not he wants to get out.
And then also Datadog. This is one of the top gainers of the day here. Datadog is up around 7.5%. One of the best stocks of the day.
Recovering. Got slammed You had that undercut and rally. I don't know if that was on earnings day. Held 75. Now moving into that gap area. Boom. What I'd be looking for in this one, let's fill that gap. That gap on earnings day goes up to 87.32. That's a pretty big gap. So that's what I'd be looking for in that one. Get up there. That'd be a target. Also, let's see if I can have time to do this. You know what I'm going to do right here, Spencer? I'm going to earmark this low, which is right. Come on. I got to get better at this. Earmark that low. Earmark that high. Come on. Go up for me. I guess you got it. No, I'm not doing a good job with this today, folks. Come on, retracement lines. And boom. Boom. It's not doing it. I'm going to have to do it in my head. Sorry about that, folks. I had it going good for a couple days. I will remove that line, and I'll rely on my third grade math skills here. And what that tells me is you had a low at 72.60, a high at 98, 82, 99. So what's that? A 17-point move, 8.5 of that off the low, 8.5 plus 72.60. That takes you up to 81, 82. Now that's not right. I'm really bad at this. It was a 28-point move, so that's 14. So 86, 87. There's your target for 50% there in Datadog, right? Also a gap fill.
You know, we didn't talk this morning. We didn't talk Tapestry, TPR, the company formerly known as Coach, and it's the Coach Kate Spade combo. They had earnings this morning, and the earnings were better than expected on both the top line and the bottom line.
TPR.
It doesn't matter.
Now that deal. No. That who was getting taken over? By Louis Vuitton.
That's Tiffany.
Tiffany. Okay. Just struggling here. 16. Look at hit that a couple days in a row. 15 to 16. I'll just decide, which way it goes above that, but definitely finding resistance at 16. 1603, your 3-day high. 1612, your high today. 1582 splits them in between. So big hurdle here, and just a sleepy looking chart here. Got to be careful on the retail. I just wanted to look at, we talked about DG this morning, and that's not breaking out like we thought it might, but I want to see what Dollar Tree did. I kind of took that off my radar. No, that monthly resistance, $100, $100, $100. So resistance is resistance until it's broken.
That's what they say, right? Let's do one or two more if we can. I want to get off at 4 o'clock. Let's do Teledoc, TDOC. I have not looked at this one for a couple of days. Is it still around? Yeah.
Trying to rebound. Boy, they whacked that thing after, was it earnings and a takeover? It was just a takeover. I think it was just a takeover. Street did not like that. The Bears finally got some revenge on this one. Just kept making lower lows, undercut the low of the move yesterday. And now you're rallying back. Boy, you got a lot of stock to chew through here to get back. This one might not be seeing 250 for a while.
I don't know.
Let me see. I'm going to give this retracement one more try here, just for people that are really bullish this. Why isn't my second line going?
I don't know.
Maybe I got the wrong thing. All right. I'm not going to mess with that anymore. I'm going to have to practice. All right. Anyways, got to get back. 200 is probably a psychological level for your short-term traders. You snuck over, let's call it 198.21 here. But it's just these moves, when you get these kind of down moves and then you try to rally back, just so many people stuck on the stock, and probably so many people long down in here. They're like, hey, I'll ring the register 194, 195, 196. So you need some good news to get this one back over 200.
All right, 3:59, under a minute left in today's session. I wanted, if I can, just wrap up, but just a couple seconds early. I want to just tell everyone that on our YouTube channel, after Joel and I get off, we're going to have the latest Benzinga Cannabis Hour. So you don't even have to go anywhere or do anything. It's on our YouTube channel today. We're at 4 o'clock, which is basically right now after we're done here. So I've got a number of executives from cannabis, the industry, talking about what they're up to and how they're kind of making it through this crisis. And on that note, I just kind of want to wrap it up here. So please remember all the information from our broadcasts, all of them are meant to be used as informational purposes and not for investing or trading advice. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Until then, everyone have a great. There's our close.
Right on the bow, Spencer Israel.
Have a good one.